I thought were possibly, I thought I was doing everything the right way. I became a missionary. I went to the Philippines. We planted churches. We built homes. I thought I was doing everything, and I, I honestly thought I was doing the right things. And then I would find myself in situations where I thought, what is happening here? Why am I here and God is here? It was so frustrating for me. I got to the point where I just said, God, okay, I'm just going to give up everything, and maybe I just need to become like John the Baptist. and I would do very silly things, like go down to downtown Chicago on a Friday night and start preaching at people in the clubs.
All right.
And I really thought this is what God wanted me to do. And you have never been as dismissed as I was. Because you can't make an impact by being that radical. It doesn't matter what strength you have. You can be as strong as Samson. It doesn't matter any of those things. Those are futile pursuits for God. But when Jesus said this, and I finally understood it, and mind you, I had been reading this for a while. It took people helping me through the Word, sitting down with the Bible to say, self-denial means you get rid of self. What does self mean to you? It's different for all of us. Please understand this. But there are parallels we all draw when we deny ourselves.
Yeah.
There are. But it's different for each one of us. And for me, I realized all of a sudden, I had put myself ahead of God in so many ways. It started when I was a teenager, when I thought, I'm better than my parents, I can figure this out better than them. I honestly thought my parents had lost their way. I knew the answers. And every teenager goes through this cycle. But you think you know better than your parent or the next generation. And guess what? I really was there. I used to preach at my parents at 11. I went to boarding school, came back, and I was all-knowing. Because I had read the Bible from cover to cover. And you know what's funny about when I read about Jesus before? I felt sorry for him. I'm not kidding. I cannot believe his friends did not come to his aid. I cannot believe they killed him. I couldn't understand why he would go through this. It didn't make any sense. All-powerful Son of God, who can call on angels at any time, who had the resources, why didn't he just do it? I even said this. If I was him, I would have wiped out all the Romans. I would have, when I died and went to hell, I would have wiped out Satan so there would be no Satan. These were just weird, grandiose things in my head, but it was all self. What does denying yourself mean? And it doesn't stop there. He says, and follow. Follow who? Not your preacher, not your parents, not the most admirable person you know in the Christian world, in Christendom, but Jesus. We need to get to know the person of Jesus. And it takes a lot, not effort on our part, but you got to take the first step. God says, draw near to me and I'll draw near to you. In Matthew 6 and verse 21, the word